Alright, so based on the gear I have in my inventory, this is the kind of character I'm going to make next. Um, I had a 1 LP version of this weapon that's a -3 mana cost. I also Rune of Ascendanced another one of these weapons that's -5 mana cost, but no LP. I also have a +3 detonating arrow chest, and then I have this a shitty version of this +1 to all rogue skills. It nothing like all of the Weaver's Will is not going to help. Like it's like cold resistance, lightning resistance, stuff like that. But yeah, it looks fun to have a melee detonating arrow thing. As far as passives go, I pump a lot to get increased dodge, and I don't know why I have points into this. I should probably take points out of that and put it somewhere else. Um, Maybe haste on hit or dexterity. Dexterity probably is better. This is probably not going to help me so much because it's a melee build, so it's not going to be moving so much. Um, but the increased dodge rating is nice, so when I'm moving around, it does kind of help. I probably want to I like the attack speed here, that's why I didn't put any points there. The increased dodge rating is nice. Flat dodge rating plus glancing blows. And health gained on glancing blow is nice. As far as marksman, I'm not even putting a single point in the tree, even though this is a marksman. I know. Blade Dancer is getting dexterity glancing blows, dust shroud when hit, plus flat health, melee attack speed, and dust shroud chance. Melee physical damage, which is okay, and dodge rating if hit recently. I'm thinking about removing this point because I'm doing melee lightning damage mostly. This one's just increased melee damage, and it gives me move speed, which is nice. And the Falconer, dodge rating health, dodge rating endurance threshold, dodge rating mana regen, increase area for skills, which is nice. I gain mana on decoy detonation, which is also nice. Block chance with one-handed weapons, and increase damage with one-handed weapons. And that's how my skills are playing out here. My actual skills, I'm focusing on detonating arrow, which with 2 of those daggers, that chest and the rogue thing, I get up to 30 points. I think that's the maximum I can get. I'm not sure if this is the best way to do this, but I'm going Beast Slayer, which has the flat or the multiplicative damage, the explosive hit damage, the damage kind of executing here. This like basically just blows up as soon as I put it in. There's no, secondary. There's no wait time. Increased area. It costs more mana, but it does a little bit more damage. More multiplicative damage and more explosive area, which is really nice. More attack speed with it and more shock duration, which is nice. And then this gives it more AoE because it's a melee skill now, even though it has an explosion. This gives it pretty good AoE, and the AoE has 100% shock as well as shreds lightning res. So this is good, and I have increased crit and crit multiplication and crit vulnerability. I'd probably put more points into the crit vulnerability when I get a chance, if I get more points, but I doubt I will. On the other side, we have shift, which I went throw shurikens, so I could have more of a defensive layer. It heals and gives me more, and cleanses my ailments, which is really nice to have. It gives me invulnerability while I'm shifting, a little bit of bonus speed. It also gives me the kill threshold, so I can execute enemies. I'm using the shurikens to get increased armor, so I can have 30% increased armor, so I can be a bit tankier, because I am kind of face tanking with this thing. It makes the shurikens last longer. They circle around me instead of being shot out. I don't know if the additional shurikens actually helps. The shurikens attack faster. I don't really know if that helps or not, but I need it for this stuff. I've turned the shuriken damage to lightning damage because that's all the damage I'm basically doing. And the shurikens the shurikens have a shock chance. Now the shurikens deal more damage, cost less mana. Um, I don't backflip away, but I wanted to get the haste duration. So whenever shurikens hits an enemy, I get haste. So I don't think I backflip away because I don't actually cast it. So that's something to check out. Smoke bomb. Like, I could actually cast shurikens to have the backflip, but instead I put net on my bar, because it's the same thing, it backflips away. I have the smoke bomb, which I'm going to drop at my feet. It gives me more melee damage. When I have it, it gives me armor shred. I was thinking about putting either more points into armor shred and less points into melee damage, but because I'm using those low-level weapons, I feel like I need more flat damage. It gives me slows, it gives me frailty, gives me guaranteed dodge and silver shroud, cleanses my ailments, another source of that, increased area so I can move around a bit, gives me crimson shroud, and gives me dusk shrouds, which gives me more glancing blow and dodge. I would like to increase the duration more, the damage more, and the armor shred more, as well as the frequency. But I don't know if I have any more points where I can put that. And then I spec decoy because again I'm kind of face tanking. I put this down here to get the dodge. So while I have the dodge, while I have the decoy, I have way more dodge. And when the decoy ends, I get critical strike multiplier based on my dodge. I took this so I could have 2 decoy charges, so I could keep them up pretty often. I want to put. I don't like the increased cooldown, but I like the increased duration. That's kind of nice, but that's fine. Just 1 point. Mana efficiency, frailty, and armor shred stacks, and then give me haste for 5 seconds every time I get. Basically, whenever I drop one, I get haste for 5 seconds. And increased armor shred stacks and armor shred duration. More points. I probably put points into the sonic duration and then into the ear splitter thing. That's the current build that I'm going to be working on. It might be fun, it might be bad. I'm only really doing it, I know it's another rogue, but I'm only really doing it because I had this weapon in this chest. Anyways, I'll see y'all next time.